There comes a moment when even the kindest hearts go quiet. Not because they stopped caring, but because they cared for too long. They've listened until their mind turned into an echo chamber of other people's pain. They've carried emotions that weren't theirs, sorrow, anger, guilt, until their own voice began to fade beneath the noise. This is what psychologists call empathy fatigue. It doesn't happen overnight. It begins slowly, quietly. A person who feels everything, the disappointment behind a smile, the sadness behind a joke, starts to realize their chest feels heavier each day. The same neural networks that once allowed them to understand others begin to overload. The insula and anterior cingulate cortex, regions of the brain responsible for empathy and emotional resonance, become hyperactive, flooded by signals of distress. The body interprets this as pain, and the nervous system, desperate to survive, shuts it down. The person doesn't lose compassion, they lose capacity. What once felt like warmth now feels like weight. What once felt like connection now feels like exhaustion. They withdraw, not out of indifference, but self-preservation. To others, it may look like coldness. In reality, it's the body whispering, I can't hold this anymore. Over time, this numbness can distort one's sense of self. The deep feeler, once the emotional healer, begins to question their worth. They mistake fatigue for failure. They think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I care like I used to? But the truth is, this emotional shutdown is not weakness. It's a defense, a biological boundary the mind builds when the soul forgets how to say no. And when rest finally comes, real rest, not distraction, the nervous system begins to thaw. The same empathy circuits that dimmed begin to light up again, gently, cautiously. The tears that once wouldn't fall return, but softer this time, lighter. Empathy fatigue isn't the end of feeling. It's the body's way of pressing pause before it breaks. It's the universe reminding the giver to turn their compassion inward, to refill the heart that has healed too many others while forgetting itself. Because even empathy needs to breathe.